it's Reese. Yes, let's first mention the hair. I got it dyed darker. It is weird, it is different, but I'm digging it. I love it. I have a whole vlog on it. If you guys want to watch that, I'll link it on the screen. I'll link it below, but yeah, let's just get that out of the way. So today I'm actually doing a makeup tutorial for beginners where I teach you guys essentially how to do eyeshadow, because I think people think that eyeshadow is a lot harder than it actually is, when really it is so simple. Eyeshadow is literally all about blending and layering the right colors together. It's just kind of more of the techniques that go along with it. So I'm here to kind of do a more talk through, in-depth tutorial to show you how to get this look and basically any other look that you want. Of course, there's a bunch of crazy other techniques out there like a cut crease, there's halo eyes, all those crazy things those beauty YouTubers are doing, but I'm here to show you the basics of how to do eyeshadow and just make it look good. So if you guys want to know how I got this look or really any other look that you want to create, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the eyeshadow itself. Now, I personally have a few more high-end eyeshadow palettes because I personally really like makeup, but there are some great drugstore palettes as well. For example, this NYX palette right here is absolutely great. I love it. The colors are beautiful and they have really good quality eyeshadows, but the eyeshadow palette I recommend for really any beginner would be the Tartelette in Bloom palette. The colors inside are really, really pretty, great neutral colors, works with a lot of skin tones, and you can create a lot of looks out of this. When you're looking for an eyeshadow, you basically just want it to be really smooth, pigmented, and you don't want it to be chalky or patchy, because when you start applying it onto the eye, it's going to come off not seamless and it's not going to blend well. You basically just want a really good blendable eyeshadow. So like I mentioned, these two are currently my favorite palettes. This is definitely my all-time favorite palette. Two other ones I really like is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. This I just think has a really different range of colors. There's still neutrals in there, but you can play with the pinks and the purples, and there's greens as well. And the Tarte Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette. Now this was a limited edition or like special thing, so I don't think you can get this anymore, but once again, really pretty colors, and I tend to go for palettes because if I'm on the go, I just like to take a whole palette with me and be able to create whatever look I like, so these are my favorites. Now when it comes to brushes, brushes are, I think, the most important part when applying eyeshadow, because like otherwise, how else are you going to apply it? Now if I can only recommend 3 brushes for beginners, it would be 3 like this. The first one that is a must-have is a big fluffy brush. This is great for blending things into the crease and blending all the colors together to make sure everything looks seamless. Now brushes you don't have to spend a lot of money on. The e.l.f. brushes at any drugstore are amazing. I swear by them. They're such great quality and they're so cheap. I'm not one to spend a lot of money on brushes. I'd rather spend money on the actual makeup, so e.l.f. brushes are great. This is the Flawless Concealer Brush by e.l.f. and although it is a concealer brush, I think it is the best eyeshadow brush ever. The second one I recommend is a flat top, kind of fluffy brush. Something that has a flat edge is great for packing color onto the lid, but I like it to be a little bit fluffier so that I can blend it into the crease still. Now if you're packing something like shimmer or glitter onto the lid, something that's a little bit more dense would definitely work better, but something with a flat edge is great for getting the color onto the lid. Now the last brush I recommend is something that is a little bit smaller and rounder so that it's good for getting colors into the crease in the outer corner. This one's a little bit fluffier, but something with a rounded tip is really great for packing color into the crease that you can later go out and blend with the fluffier brush. So if you're just starting out with eyeshadow, I recommend getting brushes similar to those shapes and styles because I think those are the best for doing eyeshadow. I always reach for them. Alright, on to the actual application. You can use a primer, but I put on foundation and concealer beforehand, and I kind of use my concealer as a primer to prime my eyelids, and if you want to use a primer, go right ahead, but I personally think concealer and a little bit of powder over top works just as well. Now, I'm going to be using my Tartelette in Bloom for this tutorial. If you find something similar from the drugstore, or if you want to use the same palette, go right ahead, but something with just kind of neutral colors to show you a look that could work with anyone. So the first thing I always do is take my big fluffy brush and a skin tone type color, whatever skin tone you are, and I just blend that color all over my lid. This way it creates a solid base that all the other eyeshadows can blend on top of, and just a nice transition color that leads to good blending through the other colors. Right now I'm using the color Smarty Pants, which is just a nude color, slightly darker than my skin tone. Now I just added a little bit of definition, not too much, nothing too dramatic, but depending on what you want your look to look like, you're going to choose colors that correspond with the final product. Alright, next I'm going into the color Rebel, which is just kind of a light chocolatey brown color, and blending that to the outer corner into the crease. Now when you're working with eyeshadow, always put the darker colors onto the outside of your eye. This way it makes your eye look bigger and kind of gives you that like cat eye effect. Putting the darker colors into the inner corner is going to make your eyes look smaller and closer together and not look as good. And guys, it's literally all about blending. Just sit there and blend until your eyeshadow looks good. Now, a lot of things I see with people who apply eyeshadow, they kind of just put it on and don't spend the time to blend, and that's when it starts to look bad. You can literally do any eyeshadow look as long as it is blended. It'll look good. So this is what we got going so far. Just a neutral chocolatey brown going throughout the lids. Now I kind of want to darken it up a little bit, so I'm going to take my rounded, kind of more pointy brush and dip into a darker color. Right now I'm going into Leader, and I'm just going to focus that really on the outer corner of my eye and keep it to the outer third of my eyelid. Now I'm just going to lightly kind of swirl it into the outer corner, really focusing the color there. Now as you can see so far, I focused a lot of the colors into my crease and my eyelid is kind of bare, but we're going to go in with like the main color or the shimmer or the glitter that you want to put onto your eyelid. I like to keep it bare so the color shows up more pigmented and doesn't get like mixed in with the other colors we applied. Okay, of course, do that on the other eye. Okay, and I'm just going to go in once again with my fluffy brush and kind of just blend out the edges, make sure anything's not too harsh. Just keep on blending. Now this is usually the base that I have for any eyeshadow look. Right now I could pack any color onto my lid, blend it out, and I think it'll look good because just sticking with the neutral browns and things that work with your skin tone is a great start, and then you can literally put whatever color you want on top. I could put a turquoise on top, I could do a purple on top right now. As long as it's blended in the end, it should be good. So I'm going to stick with a more neutral look right now, and a great choice is to go for a shimmery, champagne, kind of beigey color. I think shimmers just look great on everyone, and it makes it look like you actually like put effort into your makeup when it's really so simple. So this is the point where you're going to take that flat edge brush, which I mentioned is good for putting color onto the lid, and go in with whatever color you want. It could be a matte, it could be a shimmer. I'm going to go with a shimmer right now. So I'm going to go into the color Rocker and just kind of pack it onto my brush like that, and literally just pat it onto my eyelid. And cover my entire eyelid with that color, literally not getting it into the crease yet, just keeping it right on the lid. I'm going to slowly move it up to the crease, and you don't ever really want to blend shimmers into the crease. You just want to blend whatever that lid color is up to that point, and because the edge of this brush is a little bit fluffy, it allows me to kind of diffuse the color out. Have it on the lid how I like it, and I'm going to go in with the other eye, adding it right on the lid, and then slowly blending that color up to the point of the crease. Now I'm going to go back in a little bit with Rebel, which was the darker crease color, and just kind of refocus that color back in, still blending in with the shimmery eyeshadow. And finally go in with my big fluffy brush and just kind of blend out the edges. Make sure nothing's too harsh, nothing's all over the place. Okay, and it's really that simple to do an eyeshadow look. Now once again, like I said, you don't have to go for a shimmer. You can pack a matte on and blend it up to the crease, and then go back with those other colors and kind of make sure everything's blended. You can go in with like a turquoise or a purple, do what you want. And I always think that it's good to add a little bit of eyeshadow on the lower lids just to kind of complete the look. Sometimes it could just look a little lost, so I'm going to go in with, once again, Rebel, which is like the darker crease color, and just blend that a little bit on my lower lash line. See, I just think that balances it out a little bit more and makes it look more complete as a look. Now, you have the eyeshadow down, what do you do next? You could totally do winged eyeliner on top of this, do like a cat eye, just do like a thin line across your lash line. I'm going to stick with eyeliner in my waterline and tight line. So I'm just taking a NYX eyeliner, just a black twisty liner, and use this to define my lash line and my waterline. Next, I'm going to go in with mascara, and you can totally do mascara and stop there, but I personally love wearing falsies, and I think that falsies just make the eyeshadow look absolutely gorgeous. Like, it makes it look like a complete look, but I'll start with mascara and show you how that looks. By the way, this is my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Best mascara ever. I highly, highly recommend. Just the difference that mascara makes is amazing. I find a lot, too, that people with blonde hair or lighter hair that leads them to having lighter eyelashes sometimes don't coat their entire lash with mascara, and then I'll see like a black tip of mascara and then the roots of their lashes are blonde. If you have lighter hair, definitely try to get the roots of your lashes a lot too, because then it's just kind of not going to look complete and it's going to look a little uneven. So yeah, if you have lighter hair, try to coat especially the roots of your lashes. Alright, so that is just one coat of mascara. I think that looks pretty good, but like I said, I like doing falsies, so if you want to stop there, go right ahead. If you want to do lower lash mascara, I know a lot of people don't like that, but I personally like lower lash mascara. You can go ahead and add that, but I'm going to add some falsies. Okay, I am back. I added some falsies, as you can tell, just really like complete the look and make it just look dramatic and extra. So as of now, the eyeshadow is pretty much done. You have it blended, the colors in the crease are neutral and warm, and you just add it whatever color you want on top. But I think the final touch to any eyeshadow look is just using a little bit of highlighter to highlight the inner corner and the brow bone. I'm going to go in with Charmer, which is just a bone white color, and go in to the inner corner. Pack that in there. And you want to use a new brush for this. Don't use one of the brushes you already used, because when you're using a light or a white color, you don't want any of the other colors to get mixed in with it. I'm going to finish this look off personally with some lipstick. Give me a sec. Oh, it's been a hot minute since I used this color. Alright, and that is it for the final eyeshadow look. Hopefully I explained it well to you guys. Hopefully you understand that it's really simple to do eyeshadow. It's just all about layering the colors and blending them out to make them look seamless and complete. And yeah, eyeshadow is easy for everyone. If you guys want more tutorials on makeup for beginners, maybe you want me to do foundation, maybe you want me to do color correcting, I don't really know. Let me know what you guys want, and I'll definitely do more makeup for beginner tutorials. And if you want me to do other eyeshadow looks, I post a lot of looks on my Instagram. If you want to follow that below, I do some reds and greens, and I do some funky things sometimes. So if you want more makeup tutorials in general, definitely let me know, because I love makeup. Otherwise, if you thought this video was helpful or you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and make sure that you stay tuned till next video. Peace. This feels good right here.